Now the 4th of July has arrived on the East Coast. Notice the big dip in the jet stream returning right up the eastern seaboard. We've got another storm wrapping up, and notice it's not moving very quickly east or north. So the weather's not going to change a whole lot tomorrow, but then it will get a little bit better for those of you in northern New England towards the tail end of the holiday weekend. Short-term national radar, coast to coast, our 7-hour mosaic, and you can see the storms rotating around our upper high in the west, but also notice the coverage and intensity has decreased for the most part. Back east, we'll detail these a little bit closer in New England as we check the northeast in just a couple of minutes. I want to show you lightning detection and show you the lightning resulted in some cooler and drier air invading the Gulf coastal states for a change. Nice relief from the heat and humidity, Atlanta and Nashville and Cincinnati. Meanwhile, we still have the storm in the northeast, and we still have some storms too in the plains. Showers and storms now from Omaha down towards the Kansas City area, and these will be developing east. Our low continues to sit and spin. We have some localized flash flooding going on, flash flood watches from New Hampshire back through the Berkshires and Massachusetts. And notice this spin is not leaving the area, so the weather will be virtually unchanged for northern New England. But we do think that skies will begin breaking up and the rain will be out of the way in time for the fireworks on Thursday night in New York City. Southern California.
Freedom.
Fourth in the northeast, and still some flash flood watches for the Berkshires of western Massachusetts from Worcester westbound along the Mass Pike, and then right up through Franconia Notch and the Presidential Range. Too much rain on saturated ground is always a problem. We got this spinning low here, and it's going to sit here for about another day. However,
well, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us here at the weather. Some homes. Well, you're looking at pictures now from the New Jersey shore, where earlier a beautiful display of fireworks and the weather pretty much cooperated, although we have had some severe thunderstorms moving through portions of New Jersey. But it's been a beautiful night, and we think for most of the firework displays tomorrow night, the weather should cooperate, and hopefully I'll get to see some of those. Look at the high temperatures we had on Wednesday, and we have an area of low pressure spinning right off the coastal areas of New York and Long Island, spinning in that moisture from the Atlantic. Flash flood watches out for much of New Hampshire, the Presidential Range to the Berkshires of western Mass. Heavy rains, 2 to 3 inches possible in some areas, and that could spell problems with flash flooding through this area in through the morning hours. So if you're going to be traveling Thursday morning, 4th of July, watch out for some rain on the roadways. Same goes right through here, and why all the rain through the Central Plains? Well, not just the rain, but the severe thunderstorms. We do have a big ridge of high pressure. I'll show you on the satellite in a moment. But what it's going to mean on the east side of that ridge is severe thunderstorms, some with very gusty winds. We think that will be the primary threat throughout the morning hours and even into your day on Thursday, although it will slide off and become a little bit more less of a threat throughout the daytime hours. Let's put the satellite loop into motion. We'll show you what's going on here. This takes you back several hours. Watch the ridge. Look at this. One big complex of thunderstorms developed overnight. Look at that. Then that died, and another one is developing right now in southwest Iowa. So over the next few hours, watch out for these storms through here, rolling in through northern portions of Missouri and eventually making their way southward. We'll be keeping an eye on this area. Another area to be watching over the next few days is a tropical low we've got in the Gulf of Mexico. We'll talk much more about that coming up in the next few minutes in the tropical update. But here's what you're going to expect for the 4th of July weekend. We've got the trough of low pressure sitting right in through the Great Lakes in the northeast, a front swinging through as well, a surface low, all the moisture spilling on in, and of course that's going to spell some pretty heavy rains. Thursday morning. Overnight last night, and then begin to diminish during the daytime hours and the evening hours Wednesday. Now Thursday morning, look at this, they're developing again in Iowa with severe thunderstorms reported, and as this descends southward, we can expect more of the same during the overnight hours. Now further to the east, we've got our low spinning in the northeast. I'll get out of the way so you can see that. Showers and thunderstorms throughout the area, heavy rains and flash flood watches still in effect through much of New Hampshire and on in through western and central portions of Massachusetts. We look into the Gulf of Mexico, though, and we see a strange feature. We'll zoom in on this.